This is day 13 of my series of making a batch of pasta dough, but the egg yolks double every time, and today it was time for 4,096 yolks. I honestly didn't even think this batch would even happen, but here we are. My friends at Happy Egg came through super clutch and donated all of these beautiful eggs that me and a bunch of volunteers went to work on cracking and separating. Right before I was about to pour the eggs, I realized I was nowhere near strong enough to do it myself, so obviously I had to call in Pirate Parrot to lend a hand.
Hey, overall that was a success.
After that, I forgot I let Iceberg borrow my fork, so he stopped by and he even helped start mixing up all these eggs. Now, you're only seeing about a minute, but just know this took a total of about 2 days to make and weeks to set up logistically. As always, all this pasta will be processed and donated to numerous organizations around Pittsburgh over the next few days, as well as donating all the egg whites to a local bakery and even the shells to be used for compost. Again, I just want to take a second to thank everyone that supported this series, from volunteering to donating to just supporting it by watching it and commenting on it. This series has been a ton of fun and I've loved giving back. This is day 1 of a new series I'm starting where for every batch of pasta dough that I make in this series, the amount of egg yolks are going to double every single time. So obviously I used 1 egg in this batch. The next one will have 2 and then 4 and then 8 and then so on, and we'll keep it going for who knows how long. Not gonna lie, I obviously am always using a ton of eggs in all my pasta videos, so using just 1 yolk was a little bit different. Did you know you can make pasta with coconuts? Well, now you do. You see, the other day I was just strolling the aisles of the grocery store and I spotted a bunch of coconuts and thought, hey, Peter, why not make coconut pasta? I mean, I've made flour and water pasta countless times, so why not flour and coconut water? So I got them cracked and poured the coconut water in with the flour to form a dough. I also had some grayish color pasta I made yesterday, so I decided to use that up for this video too. Now let me know what sauce you think would pair perfectly with a coconut pasta, and also let me know what you think I should turn into pasta next. Have you ever had invisible pasta? Now, I don't mean exactly what you're thinking, but I have a feeling you won't be able to see this pasta when I'm done making it. So I decided to try to make camouflage pasta today, so I made 3 batches of pasta. 1 green, 1 brown, and 1 tan. I figured those are some pretty good go-to camo colors. I got them rolled out, and then I decided to cut a bunch of pieces of the brown and tan and lay them all over the green pasta. Now, I feel like color-wise, it was definitely missing something. I don't know what color I should have added. Let me know what you think, but something just didn't feel right. Anyway, I got the pasta turned into 2 different shapes, and bonus points if you can name each shape today. Now let me know in the comments what you want to see next, and the crazier the better. Did you know you can make a chessboard out of pasta? Well, to be totally honest, I don't know if you can, but I'm gonna try. And if it doesn't work out, I can still guarantee it'll be so much better than angel hair pasta. So I made the brown with whole eggs and cocoa powder, and the white with milk, just as I did in the black and white pasta video the other day. Once I got them into squares, it was time to attempt to bring them together as a chessboard. It was honestly looking pretty good, and then I decided to take a quick break for a match against a pretty tough opponent. Side note, I've never played chess in my life, but pretty sure I won. Then I needed to roll it out a bit thinner, which was a bit more difficult than I planned, but I made it happen as best as I could. Now let me know what I should make next. Maybe a Monopoly board? What is the best shape of pasta? Now, we already know that the worst pasta shape ever created is angel hair, but that's not what I want to talk about today. Because of the hundreds of pasta shapes out there, yes, you probably have your favorite, but can there be one that is objectively the best? I feel like there could be some strong arguments made for rigatoni, maybe spaghetti, maybe even ravioli, but I think that one might be a stretch. Now, I should probably fill you in on the dish I'm making in this video real quick, which was some tri-colored yellow, red, and purple pasta that I turned into pappardelle, which might be a top 5 shape, by the way. Then I just threw that together with some random things I had in my fridge. I had some leftover braised chicken thighs, some Calabrian chilies, Parmesan, and some dill, and this was money. Now go jump in the comments and let me know what is the best #1 shape of pasta out there, and if you say angel hair, we gotta talk. Would you eat coffee-flavored pasta? Now hear me out before you answer, because this could go either savory or sweet. You just have to have an open mind. Like, I feel like this would go really well as pappardelle pasta with a braised rabbit or braised short rib ragu. Or we go the totally opposite direction and make a tiramisu-inspired lasagna. Now, I wasn't sure what shape to make today, so I had to ask the boss. What shape should I make?
Oval.
Oval? Oval it is. Now, my son specifically requested that I make these oval pasta shapes using his Play-Doh oval cutter, so here we go. This also brings up another question of, does all the Play-Doh pasta equipment work on actual pasta? Maybe we should try it out. Did you know you can make pasta with milk? Well, now you do. Now, yes, traditionally pasta is made with flour and eggs or flour and water, but milk works great too. So for this video specifically, I did just whole milk and flour for one, and then for some contrast, I blended up some whole eggs with activated charcoal for the other batch. Now, just a quick pause because we need to address the drama from yesterday's video, which was that angel hair pasta absolutely sucks. You see, there was a good bit of you guys that voiced your love for angel hair, and I'm truly speechless. Out of the hundreds of pasta shapes, to see that some of you chose angel hair as your favorite, man, that just hurt, but you do you. I still am team angel hair is terrible. Now, back to today, I turned this black and white pasta into two of my absolute favorite pasta shapes. Let me know in the comments if you can name these two shapes. How many actual shapes of pasta are there? Now, I feel like most people can name quite a few different shapes. Spaghetti, penne, ravioli, rigatoni, farfalle, the list goes on and on. But I feel like there's a lot of confusion as to how many shapes there actually are. Some people say 200, some say 400, some say 600, some say over 1,000. But don't get me wrong, I personally have no idea how many shapes there actually are. I feel like I should know, but I don't know. What I do know, however, is that pasta is delicious in every single shape except for angel hair. But besides that, it's fantastic in any shape and form. Now, as for this video specifically, I made two different color pasta, orange and blue, and then turned those into 4 different shapes. Let me know if you can name those 4 shapes below, and let me know what shape you want to see next. So this might be day 3 of my series of doubling the egg yolks every time I make pasta, season 3. I don't know what I'm getting myself into. Actually, that's not true. I'm pretty sure I know exactly what I'm getting myself into, but here we go. Now, I still need to come up with some sort of cool creative twist to the series this time, so please keep your ideas coming. And by the way, if you've never made fresh pasta, I feel like a 4 egg yolk batch is the perfect size if you're just trying it out. It makes a good amount of pasta and you can't really mess it up. This is not day 2 of double the eggs every time I make pasta, but I think we might have a problem. You see, in the last video, when I made a 1 egg yolk batch of pasta, it kind of made me want to launch a new version of the double the egg series, so maybe this is day 2. I also saw a lot of comments suggesting we do a series of making pasta with as many different kinds of eggs as I can, which could be fun, so that could be a possibility too. But for now, until I figure out what I'm doing, if you have 2 spare egg yolks kicking around, go make some of these beautiful farfalloni. This is not day 1 of double the eggs every time I make pasta, but this is just me making a quick small batch of pasta for an afternoon snack. Now, I know how much you guys enjoyed the double the yolk and then the double the whole egg series, but it just got so big, but maybe we can come up with a creative way to do season 3 of double the eggs. I'm open to suggestions. Drop your ideas below. But for now, I'm gonna go cook up this pasta. You go make some too. Would you eat green and gold pasta? So this was a color combo I honestly thought I had already done in this series, but I realized the other day I haven't yet, and now felt like the perfect time to do this color combo since I'm actually heading out to Green Bay this week for the NFL draft. So for the gold, I blended whole eggs with some turmeric powder, and for the deep green color, I blended whole eggs with spirulina. Then I decided to do just a random stripe pattern with the green on the yellow, and it looked pretty good. Now I may or may not freeze these and bring them with me to Green Bay to enjoy during the draft. Would you eat pink and blue pasta? Now, a ton of you guys have been requesting this combo for quite a few weeks, so I figured it was time I made it happen. So when I did red and blue pasta, I tapped into some crazy fandom for those colors, so I'm not sure if maybe there's something similar for pink and blue and that's why you guys want it so bad, so we'll see. And also, if you are having a baby and looking for a way to do the gender reveal, I feel like pink and blue pasta is so much more fun and tasty than doing some pink and blue glitter or balloons or something like that, but I may be slightly biased as a pasta guy. And by the way, my wife and I are expecting our second child in a little over a month, so you already know I'll be announcing it on here with either blue or pink pasta. Now let me know in the comments what color pasta you want to see next, and also, you think I'm having a boy or a girl? Would you eat white and blue pasta? Now, of this series so far, I think this is one of the cleanest color combos yet, and it looks so good as pasta. Also, fun fact, you probably didn't know, but my high school colors were blue and white, so this one was extra fun to do. Now, as always, some whole eggs and blue spirulina for the blue, and some egg whites and milk for the white. I got them rolled out, cut into strips, and brought them together for a striped pattern. Then I got it sheeted out and filled with a ricotta filling and stamped out with one of my ravioli stamps. And I made some vodka pasta the other night, and I had some leftover sauce, so I decided to use it up with these ravioli. I got the pasta cooked and then put a little sauce on the plate, got the pasta on there, topped it with some stracciatella cheese, a little basil, and these were looking so good. Let me know in the comments what color combo you want to see next. Would you eat black, yellow, and red pasta? Well, my guy John Geiger was releasing his brand new Misplaced Series hats, and I figured I had to be there whipping up some pasta, and I had to match the colors with what is now my new favorite hat. I got the pasta filled and made into ravioli, and then I headed downtown to the pop-up, traded in my pasta hat for a Misplaced Pirates fitted, and then I got cooking. There were hundreds of people in line, so I started cooking up some pasta, and I may or may not have had a little surprise ravioli for one lucky person.
They all have like a ricotta filling. This one has like a different colored ricotta filling. So whoever gets that one gets a free pair of shoes.
We got some ravioli.
If your filling is pink, you get free purchase.
That's it.
Would you eat pink pasta? Now, this might be the most requested color of this series so far, so I figured it made sense to keep it just one colored pasta today to let that pink shine. So I've tried and have been unsuccessful at getting pink in the past, but today I was happy with this shade of pink. To get the color, I blended some egg whites and water with dragon fruit powder, and I was a little concerned at first after I blended it that it was going to be too purple, but I think it worked out. Then for the shape, I asked my 4-year-old yesterday what shape I should make next, and he requested triangle ravioli, so that's what you're getting. Let me know in the comments what color or color combo pasta you want to see next. Would you eat black and orange pasta? Well, if your name is Fred Flintstone, this pasta was made specifically for you. For the orange, I kept it simple and just used egg yolks, but maybe I should have enriched it with some tomato paste or something, because it didn't quite exactly match the shade of orange I was going for. For the black, I just blended some whole eggs with activated charcoal powder, and it was good to go. And yes, you can use squid ink, but hey, I don't like squid ink. I realized I should have done a small batch of baby blue pasta to coordinate with the Thai, but oh well, I'll do that another time. Now let me know in the comments what color combo you want to see next. Would you eat cheese pasta? Now, before you answer, it's not what you're thinking. I mean pasta that is cheese flavored. You see, my friend and fellow content creator, Chef Tyler, was in Pittsburgh recently, and he is known for making a ton of grilled cheese content. So I figured we needed to make grilled cheese and tomato soup flavored pasta. I found this cheese powder online that I incorporated into the dough, and then I rolled it out and filled the pasta with a ricotta parmesan filling. While the pasta cooked, we slowly cooked down some cherry tomatoes with some olive oil to make the sauce, and it was smelling so good. And I think this just shows that with both pasta and grilled cheese, sometimes simple is best. We got it on a plate, topped it with some pesto and parmesan, and this was great, but it did not taste like a grilled cheese. Would you eat yellow and blue pasta? So out of this series of colored pastas, I think this color combo specifically really looks nice as pasta. For the yellow, I blend whole eggs with some turmeric powder and a little bit of water to offset the orange from the egg yolks. As for the blue, I use blue spirulina blended with a couple eggs. Now I decided to switch it up a bit too, and instead of layering the two colors together as stripes, I just cut the blue pasta into random pieces and laid them on top of the yellow pasta for an abstract look. Now let me know what color combo you want next, but I'm thinking orange and black with this same design for Fred Flintstone, but let me know what you think. Have you ever made fresh pasta by hand, and if not, why? I feel like a good majority of people still have not tried it, and I want this single video to change that. First off, it's very simple. It starts with just 2 simple ingredients, flour and eggs, but you can even just use water instead of eggs, but for today's video, we'll pretend you're using eggs. Now, ideally, you will use 00 flour, but let's keep it simple. If you only have all-purpose flour, use it, not a problem. So in this video, I did a mix of whole eggs and egg yolks, but I'd say you start with using just whole eggs, make it easy on yourself. yourself. Use about 90 to 100 grams of flour for every whole egg and then make a well on your table with the flour, get the eggs in and start mixing. Feel free to reference this video for what it should look like in each stage and go make some pasta. Would you eat green and purple pasta? Now, I'll be honest, I was attempting to make green and pink pasta today, but clearly I don't know how colors work. Let's start with the green though. For this batch, I decided to mix a couple whole eggs with a blend of spirulina and matcha to give a bit of a lighter shade of green, which I think worked pretty nicely. Now, for this accidental purple, I blended whole eggs and some water with red radish powder, and I immediately knew when blending it that it was not going to be pink. Now, as I was bringing the pasta together, I was trying to convince myself that no, it's a dark shade of pink. It's definitely pink, but let me know what you think. I think it's more purple, but who knows? Now let me know what color combo you want to see next, and bonus points if you can name what shape of pasta this is. Would you eat red and yellow pasta? Now, if you answered no to that for some reason, if it was paired with a delicious steak, would that change your mind? Hopefully the answer is yes now. See, I was in Chicago last week because I'm one of the chef ambassadors for Aussie Beef and Lamb, and I just had to make some pasta while I was there. I made 2 batches of dough, and after I made them, it got me really thinking, why don't we pair pasta with steak more often? Like, why does it always have to be mashed potatoes or something? It just doesn't make sense to me. So my buddy Chef Adam was grilling some steaks over open fire, so I had him save me one of these beautiful Aussie steaks to pair with this agnolotti. We got everything cooked off and then plated it up and gave it a taste. This was insanely delicious. Please start pairing your pasta with steak. Now let me know what color pasta you want to see next. Would you eat clear pasta? Now, I think that most curious people would, and in my current series of making colored pasta, someone has been requesting clear pasta every day so far. Now, here's the problem. I'm not actually sure how to go about doing that, so until I do, I figured I would use a clear liquid. So this is a very basic pasta recipe. It is just flour and water. That's it. Very simple and comes together very, very quickly. So let me know in the comments, first, if you know what I need to do to make truly clear pasta, and second, let me know what color combo you want to see next. Would you eat orange, blue, and white pasta? So if you've been following along on this series of colored pastas, I started with just 1 color at a time, and then we've been doing some 2-colored pastas, but now I'm going to open it up to 3 colors at a time. And yes, a lot of you have been suggesting this, and I have noticed. Now, I'm not sure if anyone suggested orange, blue, and white as a combo, but I figured since it's the first 3 colored of the series, I'd go with my favorite colors of orange and blue, and I figured the white would make them pop a little. Now, for the orange, thanks to the most beautiful egg yolks, I didn't have to add anything else. For the blue, you should know by now I used blue spirulina, and for the white, I used up the egg whites left over from the egg yolks for the orange. As for the shape, I decided to roll them into some rigatoni because honestly, I've been craving rigatoni a ton lately. Now I'm going to let these dry out, but let me know in the comments what colors you want next. Would you eat green and white pasta? Now, of this series of multicolored pastas, I feel like green pasta specifically, a lot of people have eaten at some point in their life. There was always that tricolored fusilli from the box that had green in it, so this doesn't seem that crazy. Now, as I said, I'm taking your suggestions on color combos and shape, and this combo was suggested by Lucas, but Lucas, you didn't specify what shape, so don't forget that next time. Also, for the green dough, I blended whole eggs with spirulina, and for the white, I blended up egg whites with a little milk, but the milk's not that necessary, but my milk was almost expired, so why not use it up? I got them filled with a ricotta, parmesan, and black pepper filling and folded into cappelletti. Now let me know what color combo and shape you want next. Would you eat purple and yellow pasta? So for this one, for the yellow pasta, I blended up some whole eggs with turmeric powder, and then for the purple, I blended whole eggs with purple sweet potato powder. Now keep in mind, if you want to try making colored pastas yourself, you only need a small amount of the powder. A little goes a long way. So a ton of you have been suggesting your color combo ideas, and I saw one comment suggesting purple and yellow yesterday, but now I can't find that comment, so if that was you, I hope you like this one. Once I got the doughs made and sheeted, I got them cut into strips and layered them together into stripes, and then I went a little thinner and then got them cut. And since I couldn't find the original comment, I didn't know what shape to make, so I decided to go with farfalle. Let me know what color combo and shape you want, and maybe you're next. Would you eat brown and white pasta? So this is video number 3 of my series of making multicolored pastas, and I've been taking notice of all of your suggestions so far, but there was one suggestion that came to me today that gets priority, and that was from my son Gavin requesting brown and white pasta, and he offered to help, so I had to do it. Now for the white pasta, I just blended up some egg whites with a little bit of milk, and it was good to go. Then for the brown, I blended a few whole eggs with some unsweetened cocoa powder. Then my son requested that I do a striped pattern like I did with the blue and red pasta, so that's exactly what I did. Now, when it came to shaping, he decided to keep it, let's just say rustic, which I think was perfect. Now, let me know what color combo and shape you want next, and maybe your suggestion will be the next one. Would you eat blue and red pasta? Now, if you've noticed lately, I've been doing a bunch of different colored pastas, and in the last video, I did black and yellow pasta and asked for you to comment your suggestions on what color combo and shape you want to see next. And in that video, I said as an example that if your name is Frank and you want to see red and blue ravioli, to drop a comment. Well, Frank himself commented asking for blue and red ravioli, so here you go, Frank. I made the blue with blue spirulina and eggs and the red with beet powder and eggs. I decided to do a striped pattern with the two doughs, and then I got them into one of my ravioli molds to finish it off. Let me know what color combo and shape you want to see next, and maybe the next one will be for Timmy. Would you eat pasta that is two different colors, and if so, what would be the ideal color combination? Of course, I had to make the first one with some black and yellow, shout out to Pittsburgh, but I want to get some fun color combos going here soon. Maybe blue and orange next, pink and green, purple and white, I don't know, I need your suggestions. So here's what I need from you. I need you to drop in the comments what color combo you want to see and also what shape of pasta you'd want to see it get made into. So if your name is Frank and you want to see blue and red ravioli, go drop that comment, Frank, and I'll make you some ravioli. Would you rather receive a dozen roses for Valentine's Day or a heart-shaped pizza? I think the only right answer there is the heart-shaped pizza, so let's make it. I got my dough made the night before and then started to get it shaped as best as I could into a heart. I did a light layer of tomato sauce and some mozzarella and then into my Coyote pizza oven to get cooking. After a few minutes, the bottom was nice and crispy and this pizza looked great, but I was just getting started. First, I layered a few slices of prosciutto all over this pie. Then I hit it with a couple spoonfuls of stracciatella cheese and then top the whole thing with some arugula. Now to finish it off, a little drizzle of some olive oil, some really nice aged balsamic vinegar, and then some Parmigiano Reggiano, and this thing was looking better than any flowers you could buy. So go return those flowers and make this for your Valentine, and you can thank me later. Would you eat red pasta? Now, of this colored pasta series so far, I'm pretty sure red has been the most highly requested color, so today's the day. So to get the red color, I blended a few eggs with some beet powder to get a nice deep shade of red. Once I got the pasta sheeted out, I decided that with Valentine's Day coming up, it only made sense to make a heart-shaped raviolo. I piped a little bit of ricotta down, and then I had some leftover pesto in the fridge, so I threw some of that in there too, and it was ready to get cooked. And just a side note, you should probably make some fresh pasta for your Valentine. They will love you forever. I finished off this heart pasta with some brown butter, a little pecorino, and it was good to go. Let me know what color pasta we should try next, and maybe I'll give it a try. Would you eat orange pasta? Now this may be my favorite color of the series so far, solely for the reason that orange is my favorite color. And as I'm sure you've noticed, when I do my egg yolk only pasta dough, that's orange pasta right there, but I figured just doing that would be